Welcome to Taxonomy Online Mathematics. In this video, we are going to provide an answer to this exponential question. A bit long, but with careful analysis with the laws, we can easily get an answer to this. So 2 exponent this minus 7 2 exponent that minus 31 times 2 exponent n minus 8 all equals what? 0, where our n is what? A member of what? A real numbers. Alright, so now we are seeing that this is minus, so we cannot employ the law of indices that says that multiplication is addition. And better still, this 7 cannot be converted to a base 2. 31 cannot be converted to base 2. So we take them as coefficient of the index, that is of the base and the exponent. So we also know that it is only in multiplication am times an. That's how come I can get am plus what? N. So this can be converted back to this, meaning this can also be 2 exponent 3n times 2 exponent 2. These 2 exponent is. Then minus 7 will also be an coefficient to this, which will also mean 2 exponent 2n then times 2 exponent 2 minus 31. Since I'm putting this in brackets, so I can also say times 2 exponent n, it equals to 0. Alright, we are seeing that there's a value here and there's an exponent. How do you call it? Variable. We have only a constant variable. So we can take this constant to become coefficient, meaning this becomes 4. So 4 is going to multiply my 2 exponent 3n minus this is also 4. 4 times this will be 28. Then my 2 exponent 2n minus 31 2 exponent n minus 8 equals to 0. So now I can see that I'm having 2 exponent. Here can also be 2 exponent n all times what? 2. Because this 2 is just the property that says that if a power raised to a power, we multiply the powers. So we are multiplying. Similarly, this can also be 2 exponent n exponent 3. So this become 4 2 exponent n times what? Exponent of 3. Then this become minus 28 2 exponent n squared 31 2 exponent n minus 8 equals what? 0. So you can see that this is repeating itself. So we can let this 2 exponent n equals y, or a variable. So that become 4y squared. I think this is cube. So minus 28y squared minus 31y minus 8 equals what? 0. We are solving for the n. Now the n is sitting in the y. So if we know the value of y, we can equate to get our n. I'm seeing this is not a quadratic but polynomial. So I need to see if I can factorize. If I group the first 2, the last 2, 8 and 31 has nothing in common. So grouping method cannot work. Then we have to do long division. We have to divide this by a factor. We know to get the factor, we are going to assume the position of y to be either 1 or minus 1, 2 or minus 2, until this left side can also be equals to 0. So if I put 1 here, I have to make sure this whole expression become what? 0. And upon careful analysis, it is only 8 that can give us this side to be equal to this, meaning x minus 8 becomes what? The factor. So your 8, which is the positive 8 that we replace the y with, will become this, because we are saying x, in this case our y is equals to what? 8. That is what we replace with. So if I want to write equation out of this, it becomes y minus 8 equals what? 0. That's what I mean by this is the factor. So this becomes our y minus 8 as the factor. So we are going to use this to divide the whole expression. Alright, so let's divide this or disintegrate this. So y will divide this. When y go here as a power of 1, the power of 1 will subtract from this. So we left with only the power of 2. But don't forget there's a coefficient of 4. So this divided by y will give us 4y squared. Then this will in turn multiply this, will produce the same 4y to the power 3. This times this, we know that will give us minus 32y squared. Then we perform our subtraction. This will become 0. This will change, this will become positive. So we're having minus 28 plus 32. And that will be positive 4. So I have 4y squared. Then I'll bring down my minus 31y and 8. The y will then go here, holding down the 4 by reducing the power to 1. So plus 4y. Then that will in turn multiply to give me 4y times y. So 4y squared. This will be minus 32y. Then we perform the subtraction. This will also be 0. This in turn will become what? Positive. So I'll still get 1 and y. So y, bring down your 8. Y will go into itself 1. So we have plus 1. Y minus 8. So per the subtraction, this will also give you 0. This will give you what? 0. So the factor we are looking for is just y minus 8 multiplying 4y squared plus 4y plus 1. This is equals to the whole equation we are having. Don't forget, this is an equation that have equals to 0. So if that is equal to 0, this is 2 multiplication. It either means that your first bracket, y minus 8, is equal to 0, or the second bracket. But the second bracket also is what? A quadratic equation. So it becomes y minus 8. Let's break this one down. Definitely, because it's the quadratic, it will be in 2 brackets. We are having y, so y times y will give us y squared. Don't forget, you will first use the 4 to multiply this to give you 4. You find the factors of 4. When you add, you will get 4, and that will be 2. So I'll have plus 2 plus 2. But don't forget, we first of all use the 4 to multiply. So we divide both sides by 4. This over 4 will be 1 over 2, which is not the whole number. So we push the 2 to this side. So we'll be having 1. Then here become 2y. Similarly, here also be 2y plus what? 1 equals to 0. So from that, we can say that y will be equals to 8, as in this equals to 0. Then this is also going to be y equals to negative 1 over what? 2. Don't forget, whatever you get here is what you're going to get here. So this is what you're going to have. But we know y equals to 2 exponent what? N. If y equals to 2 exponent n and y is equals to 8 n, it implies that your 2 exponent n is going to be equal to 8 as the first instance. Can we break 8 into base 2? Yes. We can have that to be 2 exponent what? 3. Meaning, if the base are the same, then n is going to be what? 3. And also, we know that y is the same as what? Minus this. So this is also going to be y, which is also minus half, meaning 2 exponent n is equals to minus 1 over 2. From the principles of exponential equation, we know that a exponent y equals to a exponent x. We say that if these bases are the same, we take y to be equals to x. If only a is not a negative number or 0. If the a is a negative number, it means you don't have for a solution. We know from here, we cannot, this is a fraction that we can say, okay, let's take logarithm. The log of this equals to the log of this. We don't have a log of negative number also. So it means that this has no solution. So our only solution is going to be n equals what? 3. As we are having here. The n equals to 3 is the only solution, because we are saying that your n is of a real number, or is a real number. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Share with your learning colleagues or anybody who loves mathematics to also have a look at it. Subscribe if you are new. And thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.